System. Hey guys, good morning to everyone. And basically, last session, last Saturday, last Sunday, I think, right? We taken a session, and we discussed about EC2 instance and then how to create null, right? And today it's a very important topic. I'm going to be discuss. That is IAM. Okay, IAM. In the like as in the AWS is a one of the service. It's an identity access management. Now, why we are going to use this service? This service, if someone join in your company, you need to provide a AWS access, and you need to be restrict the what are the services that person can able to access. Now, these kind of permissions level, from how we can manage? We can manage using this IAM. We can using this IAM. IAM has a different options like as users, roles, and all. Let's discuss about the one by one. What I did, I have a important points written here when I'm preparing my AWS exam. Now, okay. Now here important points. Okay. Now here IAM introduction. IAM is means identity access management. IAM is all about users, groups, roles. What is the user means? Now, for example, like as in your company, okay, like as we what happened, right? When you someone will join, we never ever share the root account details. Root account details means I log in. This is the which mail ID, which password you are using to create your AWS account. That account called as a root account. That account called as a root account. And next, what are the users we are going to create? That users may have the admin access, but root account has the like as more privileges compared to admin. Okay, root account is the first. Then after that, admin access we can give. After that, user level access we can give. Okay. Now admin level means he can anyway like as he can play around the any services in our AWS. He can play around the like any services he can start, stop, install, uninstallation, configuration, editing, whatever he can able to do that when he has admin access. If he has the normal user, what are the permissions we can restrict him? He can able to do that. Why we need to restrict the permissions here, guys? Now, basically, what happens in real cases? Now, you are a DevOps guy. You know that how to manage your AWS services, other cost optimization, and the next security, other things and all. Okay. Now, like as for example, let's say tester guy is joined. Okay, tester, what are they want to do? They don't want to any other services like as to access anything. They want to check only logs, like as let's say CloudWatch you want to check, or else let's say CloudWatch dashboard you want to check, or else you want to only EC2 instance you want to see, and then you want to start and stop instance. Now he want to access a permanent like as limited resource you want to access. In that scenario, what do we do? We are creating a user and we are creating a policies, and that policies we are going to attach it to him. Now I'm going to show you that how we can create a users, how to create a like as how to restriction a permission to that user, how to log in that user credentials, how do we can share the details to him. Now when someone is joining your company, you are the DevOps guy in your team. Now they will ask you, Madhu, can you please create a AWS user for him? Then what you do? You are the, this is also one of the our roles and responsibility in our day-to-day activity as a DevOps engineer. Okay, now like we create a one user and we are going to be share this like as username password to with him. How we can share and all? Let's talk about that. Now see here, users, groups, roles and AWS services, like as for roles for AWS services. Okay, we'll discuss this. What is means? Okay, like permissions is different and then roles are different. Okay, like as roles is same kind of users, but these roles, let me write here. Okay. Now let's say users and roles. Okay, there is a two important things are there. Now when you go for users, what happens? It's a physical person. It's a physical person. like as any employee, let's say. And role means service. Service. Now, what happens if you create a role and we can attach to the role to the, we can attach that, for example, let's say you want to EC2 service wants to talk with EC2 service wants to talk with this CloudWatch, let's say, because to send a logs to from what are the service activity happen, start, stop, or whatever it may be, you want to send these logs to the CloudWatch. CloudWatch you want to send. CloudWatch is another service in your AWS. Means one AWS service wants to talk AWS service. One AWS service want to talk AWS service. This service need a permission to talk this guy. Now to talk this guy, what this guy should have permissions. How we can assigning that permissions? Using roles we can assigning. Using roles we can assigning that. We can see that in the upcoming like practicals in our AWS. We'll see that. That is what we can do. That the next is okay. Now what we are going to do, let's see that this is too much disturbing, guys. The people are joining and leaving, again joining. One second. Camera, please. Please, guys, please maintenance your cameras and please. Okay, fine. Now, let's see how we can create a users, how to create a rules, how to like us create a policies, and let's see all about it is. Now let's what I'm gonna do. And we'll talk about later this actually. Let me go for IAM here. Identity, go for IAM. Either you can go search like this, or else you can click the services and you can search for the here like as your like as identity access management. It's under security. It will be there for your here, security identity compliance level. The IAM is the one of the service. Okay, instead of this, we can go for like a search the service. You can use IAM. You can find out easily. You can go and you can click here. Or else if you like as once got signed out again, just I log in the morning. Okay. N56 WP. Right? What happens? S3 G by CC. Right, let's plug in this here. Now, as of now, I created one. When you see your AWS dashboard here, maybe in your dashboard here, okay, and this is a new dashboard they created recently. Okay, this is a new experience. Now, if you go for users, how many users are there? 2 users are there. Don't think about these 2 users which is created previously for my purpose. And you guys can see in your account, it's a 0 maybe. Okay, you have a 0 users are there here. And now what I'm going to do, even if you want, you can remove this. Even then I can delete this. It's not required. Can type delete and you can delete this. No, I deleted the 2 users also. The next, when you see your dashboard, when you log in the IAM, you have 0 users and 0 groups, and the roles are previous ones, And policies also I have one, like as identity provides. You made 0 0 here, that's fine. Okay, in your when you join the your account. Now see here, go for the users first. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a user here. Users means if any new employee will join, we can do this. And how we can do, we can give the meaningful name of users actually. We don't give the short names. For example, let's say my what they created my mail ID is like say Madhusudan.reddy. Let's for example. In office, they create a mail ID like this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a user also same like this. Same like this. How they are going to be create my mail ID. The same way I'm going to be do here for more meaningfulness for the usernames. Now, once I created, I'm going to, if you want to add the multiple users, you can add here multiple names here. But let's keep it the one at a time. And we can provide the access key for programmatic access and access key for like as a password for AWS console access. AWS console access means this console, whatever we are accessing right now, right? That will. What is a programmatic access means? What happened? If you want to use, they will provide the like secret key and then to like as access key and secret key. Now using this key, what happened? We can able to write your code through Boto, through Python, through AWS CLI, through Terraform, through the cloud formation, anywhere. Whatever you want to create, we need these keys. We need this key, access key and secret key. Using this, we can able to write our code. You can write your AWS CLI commands. Okay, you can write your Python code. Okay, sorry. Okay, fine. Now let's connect this to, and the next is select this password also. Then next permissions. This permissions, what I'm going to do, as of now, I won't attach any permissions. If you want to attach, you can go here, attach existing policies. If you want to, this user is admin user, when we are going to give, in case he is also as your like teammate, and he is also as a DevOps guy, let's say. Now in the scenario, we can provide that admin access. And sir, how can I decide that? Now you can decide that you can ask to your like as that like as when you what role he is playing in your company. He is a developer or he is a tester or he is a like a DevOps guy. What are the permissions you are going to be restrict, that they will let us know. Okay. The next, what we are going to do, even if you don't know, just ask them which kind of level permission we are going to be provide to him. Then they can give us here. As of now, what I'm going to do, I won't do anything. Now, if you give the only EC2, we can search for EC2. Okay, then if you go for EC2 full access or something like that, read only access if you want to and then if you don't want to do anything, like you want to only specific instance he wants access, you need to write your custom policy. These are all the policies. The policies define in the in the JSON format. Okay, this is a JSON. JSON means simple Java like a simple JavaScript object notation. Okay, JavaScript object notation. It contains the JSON format, and this is kind of code we need to return here. I'll show the next session. You will understand this, how we can provide the access for them. Okay, how we can provide the access for them. That is we are calling as a policies. The policies is defined here by default policies, and you want to give the specific policies and all, you need to write for. For example, let's say you have S3 buckets, number of S3 bucket, and developer is asking, this is also our day-to-day activity. And array Madhu, I want need a access for this S3 bucket to get and list. I don't want to like a delete and post whatever the other operations. Just I want to download the data. Now I need a permissions. Then what we are going to do, we are going to be write a one policy, and that policy we are attaching to that user. As of now, what I'm going to do, I won't attach anything. Just go for user and then create a next tags. And if you want, you can use the tags here. Like as let's say business, anything like as what are the tags means. For example, let's say your company name and which like as which project under he has. Okay, and which team here under like as let's say role, each role is the dev, I guess anything, whatever you can give it to him like as the different tags here. This is optional. If you want, you can create, or else this is for filtering purpose. Like as for example, when you're filtering we see that right tags for AWS. For this, not only for AWS EC2 tags, everywhere every service has a tags option. Tags option is to filter purpose, even cost wise, and then like as giving a permission wise or whatever we can do. These tags are very important. Okay, we can do for whatever you like. Okay, this is optional. Okay, and the next, Now I'm going to create a user. Finally, you can see what you have done. Permissions boundary is not set. Now create a user. Once you create a user, you need to download the CSV. Okay, this CSV file. Now it will show for secret key, password key, and then, and one more here important thing is, these keys never ever share to any other employees in your company, and don't use publicly for this credentials to any your shared instances. Shared instances means what? No, you are also using your AWS account, same AWS account. Your other employee also using same AWS account. In that scenario, don't use your credentials. Don't use your credentials. Ask them to the one default user credentials, or else add one role to that EC2 instance. The role has the permissions, then we can attach that role to that EC2 instance. That is the way we can more secure your AWS account. Never ever share these keys. Okay. Now what happened? These keys we can create one more key also. Like as not two keys we can allow. One we can enable and one we can disable. That can be done by the admin. Okay. He can able to done. Like for example, you shared someone and you can ask your admin or Madhu, like say you are the developer, you can ask me DevOps, Madhu, I need to change my key. Can you please rotate my key? And means you can do for rotate your key. Okay. You can rotate your key. Now I downloaded a CSV, then I'm closing this. I'm closing this. Now done. Even before going to close, I forgot to send a mail, right? Okay, I'll do the same thing for another user. Okay, another user, I'm doing this. Let's do for another user also. Let's say Lata. Lata is the one of the user, one of the employee. Now I'm going to do same thing, and I won't attach any policies here. Tags your wish. Give the proper names, guys. Redmi, HP. What is this, guys? You have the name, right? Now download this CSV and send mail. This mail, what happened? It will send to the like a specific. This give this proper instruction here. But the password and the secret keys won't added here. This password file we need to send us separately for them, and we can attach to that guy user mail ID here and the company mail ID which we are going to be sent. This is send your via your email ID, your official email ID, and send. He is what he can do. He can able to log using this URL. He can log in. This is a URL and this is the username. This is the username of that. And the next, instead of this, even what they do, they can give the organization name. We can set up your organization name instead of this account. Instead of this account, we can use the organization name. Like as for example, JMS Tech. That is a one organization. If you go for any Infosys, Infosys is the name. It will be there instead of ID. Infosys.signin.aws.amazon.com. They can modify this. And this user and the password file we won't send here. And while this sending this, you can attach to his what is the new employee. Lata is the employee right here, and we are going to be give to like a send to mail to her, and then CC for like as your admin, like as your company manager, or let's say your manager or team lead or whatever it may be there, right? Just mention them in the CC and then send out to a mail. And the next password, what you do, don't send attach the password here. You can attach the password to another mail. I guess in that mail no one will be there. Okay, you can send a different mail, and in that mail no one will be there. Only that Lata should be there in that user. That password file while you sending. The password file while you sending means you need to send it two mails here. Okay, be careful because it's a very sensitive data. Now they can do anything using your credentials, but that will comes under your account. Whatever who are done that, right, they won't come to their account. Be careful. Huh? Understand, right? Now guys, after 10 minutes this account will be deactivate. Okay, like as this meeting will begin, I'm going to share the new ID. This is the problem with here, this retail of Zoom. Okay, this is only today. Okay, next time we go for the go to meeting only. This is not a Zoom we are not using for further more. Okay, this is just for few minutes, like as only today. Fine. The next, once it is done, once we send the mail, once we downloaded this, let's close this. Close this. Then what I'm going to do, I need to log in that user which I created. How can I do? You can open your browser. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open in incognito mode. because this I already log in the main account, right? That's the reason I use the new browser. If you open the incognito mode, it will be history won't be stored in your here. That you guys already knows this because most of the experts are here. Fine. Now the next what I'm going to do, I downloaded the files, right? Control J shortcut for your open the downloads things. Like as open the file whichever just I created. Okay. Now see this. This is my username. This is my password. This is my access key, secret key. This is for while doing programmatic way. These two things I can use. I need to set up this using AWS CLI. We'll discuss that also in the further classes. Okay. And the next, this is the my console. Okay. This is my console URL. What I'm gonna do? Copy this, and I'm going to be paste in the browser. When I paste in the browser, this account ID will come by default, or else your company name will be there here. And the next IAM user is what? What are the IAM user we given here? What is the IAM user? This is the user ID, like a Madhusudana Reddy or Lata. Lata is a different employee. This Madhusudana Reddy is a different employee. Password is, this is the password. What happened? By default, when you create this password, one password will create. And this password needs, it will ask you to change the password immediately after your login, first login. Now this password will be changed. Okay, you must be changed. In login, it will ask the old password. That is my old password. New password is, and here, like let's say what are the, and here some companies what happened, right? They're gonna send you the password policy also. Okay, they had restricted for password policy. And how you know basically, like as you guys Realme C3. I don't know who is you are. Okay, guys. Fine. Please check your mics and all. You know, at least you can give the name properly, then I can call their name. Okay, if Realme and then Redmi and CP, HP. If you give these names, how can I make you call? And ready. Who is ready for this? What is these names, guys? Okay, fine. The next, set up your password here. Set up your new password and then set up your new password. And I'll show you how to give a like as password policy also. That password, if they are unable to create, okay, like as one capital letter, one small letter, and then special characters, and then length of your password and password expiry after in number of times, how many like as how many days after your password should be changed. Those restrictions we can make it your settings actually. I'll show that what I given here. Let's say I set up my password. Let's say confirm. If you have that password policy is not matched, it will throw that the password policy is not matched. In case they didn't know, and you can ask them, alright, what is the password policy we have? What is the like length of, what is the like a special characters, numeric characters and all? How do we know that? Basically, as you are the admin, you will get to know here. Okay. Now let me show this. Go for the settings, I think. This is the root account, right? This analyzer settings. Okay. Account settings. And if you can see password policy here. Now this is a password policy as of now it is there. Like minimum password length is 8 characters. Include a minimum 3 of following minimum characters of types and uppercase, lowercase numbers and all this. Okay, must not be identical your AWS account name or email address. Okay, the password should be is different than your this. And if you want, you can change the password policy like how many characters you want, at least one capital letter you want, at least one number should be there. Okay, enable password expiration, even how many days you want to be expire your password, by default 9 days. Now this kind of restriction they may set up like a more secure password policy, then they will be share with you. Okay, if they didn't share with you and you are unable to change your password, then ping them and then ask them what the password policy we have in the place. Okay. Yes. Now, fine. Cool, guys. The next, what I'm gonna do, this is the password policy. We can see that, and we can ask them if they don't know. Then we log in the account, right? Once the login account, now see, this is the new. If you can see here, Madhusudan.reddy. This is my account ID, which I'm showing here. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to EC2. This is my account. This is my Madhusudan.reddy account, like not a JMS Tech account. JMS Tech is the organization account. Now this is my account. Then when I log in, this will be go for Ohio is the default region. It will be there. Now see here, this is Ohio default region. If you want to change your Mumbai, just select the region, the Mumbai region. Okay. By default is the Ohio. This also maybe some interview question they are ask you. What is the default region will be enabled when you log in your account. Okay, when you log in your account. B. That also one of the interview question. I faced this question in 2 times. Okay. Now see this. See this. When I open this, all showing API error, API error, API error, API error, API error. Okay. When I open these instances, what happened? You see, you are not a authorized person to perform this operation because this Madhusudan.reddy user unable to see EC2 running instances. Even let's say you are unable to launch the instances. Let me go for the old UI experience and launch instance here. And launch instance here. Now select this. Now it's an error record describing a select IME. You are not a authorized person perform to do like as you are not authorized person to perform this operation. Now what happened, this user don't have any permission. If in case you see this kind of error, that means like the guy is not attached the proper policy to you, the proper policy to you. Someone is open their camera. Redmi, Lakshmi Narayana, what is
Redmi,
this?
sir.
What the? Lakshmi Narayana, what is this, dude? Even I didn't had my breakfast. You are having and you are opening camera to show everyone. Huh? Okay. Please check your mic and cameras, guys. You guys are enjoying and you guys are listening class. Okay, cool, guys. That's fine. Now, okay, this is going to be expired in 1 minute, guys. How we are going to be attached this policy? Let's go for root account. You don't have permission, that Madhusudan Reddy don't have a permission to give access. Okay, like as you can't attach your policy yourself. What do? You need to ask to the like as DevOps admin or else like as root admin. Like as basically we go for admin only. Who given access to you? You can ask them, Are Babu, like I don't have permission this. Now what they do? They're gonna do this. Okay, let me cancel this and they go for user. And which user it is now? Go for the users. I'm going to do the default permission as of now. This is the Madhusudan Reddy, which we created just now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add permissions here and I'm going to attach existing policies directly. And I'm going to do search with the EC2. Okay, EC2 full access. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to review this permission. Full access I given for EC2, this guy. And you don't want full access, again, you need to read only access, then you can do read only access. Okay, like as do the read only access based on his requirement. Okay, based on his requirement. And then we never ever provide for the developers testing for full access. Okay, because they can do anything, they can create a number of servers and all. It will be a give a like as security concerns and like as